Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you decided to come join me again. This is video number 2, and today we're going to talk about how to pick your college. So first, I want to thank you guys for getting me to 400 subscribers already. That is awesome. I'm so happy. Do you like my NCAA shirt? I'm super proud of it. I made it. On my TikTok, I posted videos saying that my Instagram DMs are open for any and all of your questions, and man, have I gotten a lot. I want to say probably close to 600 people have asked me questions, and one of the very most frequently asked questions that I get is, what colleges do I recommend for people to look at for volleyball? Well, I recommend the school that's right for you. I know that's not the answer a lot of people want to hear because that's not really helpful, but in the sense, I'm never going to recommend somebody the best volleyball school. I'm never going to recommend someone the school because of the volleyball that they have there. As a student athlete, a very important part of your recruiting process is picking the schools that you do and do not want to talk to. And trust me, there's a ton of schools out there. I know there's over 400 in Division III, 300 in Division I, don't know how many in Division II. But there's a lot of colleges out there and they offer all kinds of cool things. So which one should you call the coach and talk to? Well, lucky for you, you came to the right place. The most important part about picking a college that you want to go to is organizing your priorities. And this is why, because not every college is the best fit for everybody. Everyone wants to play at the highest level, everyone wants a national championship ring, but honestly, the size of school or the level of school or even how much your school wins does not determine your value as a player. It doesn't determine your value as a person, trust me. So, priority number 1, what do you want to study? This is the most important thing that you need to consider because trust me, life goes on after volleyball. Not all of us are going to go play pro, and even if you do go play pro, eventually you're going to have to stop playing pro. It's a circle of athletics. Younger, stronger players always come in. The whole point of getting to play in college is to have an opportunity that you may not have had otherwise because you're a student athlete. Student is the first word because you're a student. So figure out what you want to do. And once you figure that out, figure out schools that have good programs for what you want to do. And this is just a simple, easy Google search away. There are plenty of websites, I'm going to list them here on the side, that give you good rankings of schools for the major that you're interested in. But what if you don't know what you want to study? Well, that's okay. A lot of people come in undecided and don't decide until their junior years. I recommend that the schools that you like that fit the other criteria that I'm about to tell you, that you look at the majors that they offer and see if any of those interest you. Priority number 2. Where in the country do you want to be? This has 2 parts to it. 1, how far away do you want to be from home? For me, I wanted to be somewhere far enough to keep my family away, but close enough to where I could visit them for a weekend if I wanted to. My school was 3 hours away, and that was perfect. Some people, they go across the country. I had teammates up at my school in Pennsylvania who were coming from Texas and Nevada. For you, if you don't get homesick, well, the sky's the limit. If you live in California, come out to New York. If you live in New York, go out to Washington. There's tons of schools everywhere. The second part of where do you want to be is, what climate do you want? Do you want somewhere warm? Do you want somewhere cold? Do you not care? Because trust me, if you hate the cold, I don't recommend going to Michigan. Don't recommend going to New York. And if you hate the warm weather, then go up to Maine or Wisconsin or something. What's beautiful about picking where you geographically want to be is that you get to pick where you get to live for 4 years of your life. And I know a lot of my friends who went and played volleyball at schools in like Charleston and Texas and Florida and California, and they stayed out there. And they graduated and now they have jobs out there. So think about where you may want to live after college. This is your great opportunity to go somewhere that you've always dreamed of. And priority number 3, the size of the school that you want. Mainly, I'm talking about class sizes here. My school, St. Francis University, we had 2,500 students, so it was a pretty small school. We were one of the smallest Division I schools in the country, but it was awesome because our class sizes were super small. Some people don't mind being in giant lecture halls with 200 or 300 other students, but me, I knew that I thrive having personal relationships with my professors, and I learned much better in a smaller classroom setting. My biggest class in college was probably 20 people, and my smallest class in college was 3 people. That was way too small of a class. I know some people who hate the idea of being in a small classroom where the professor knows your name and you have multiple semesters with the same professor. Some people can't stand that. Think about the type of student you are. If you think you're going to thrive at a bigger school where the class sizes are really big and you may not have that personal relationship with your professor, that's okay, because that's how a lot of big colleges are. I personally really liked my small college experience. I graduated with a 4.0 at the top of my class in 3 years. I'm kind of a nerd. I really like school. I can't wait to go back. I want to be a college professor when I grow up. So that's just me. But think about the type of class sizes you want. And lastly, think about, would you want to go to that school if volleyball didn't exist? Some people have their dream school they've always wanted to go to since they were a child, and that's awesome. And if you get to play volleyball on that team, good to you. That is awesome and a dream come true. But I didn't have a favorite college growing up. I didn't really care. I was like, I'm gonna do college and then leave and then get my education. Some programs, if you get injured or things just get complicated or your major just gets too hard, some people end up quitting the team, and that's okay. Life is crazy. But if you end up having to quit the team or just volleyball dropped off the face of the earth, would you still be happy at that school? Because that's a lot more important than you'd ever think. So all those priorities are very important. But you know what's super duper 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 important? Money. Yes, money. Money is super important when it comes to college because, you know, college is expensive here in the United States. Stupid expensive. Stupid expensive. You need to think about what's the best financial decision for you because student loans are real, yo, and they take all your money. I'm very blessed that since I had a scholarship, I don't have student loans, but we're paying back my fiance's student loans. I am telling you, as a young adult on the other side, that the best decision you can make is the best financial decision. Does that make sense? Not sponsored, but I have an awesome friend named Kyle Winey. He wrote a book about college choice, the best financial decision. It's called Hackiversity. You can buy it on Amazon. Super awesome. I'll probably have a link down below to it or something. If you happen to get a scholarship, athletic or academic, from a school, I think that you should seriously consider it. Money is a huge deciding factor on where you should go to college because after you graduate, that's going to be money that you have to pay back. When I was deciding between the 3 schools that I was looking at, St. Francis University with academic and athletic, so it was a full ride, West Virginia University as a walk-on, or CNU as it was a D3 school so they couldn't offer money. I picked St. Francis mainly because I didn't have a big preference in either school. None of the 3 schools were my dream school. I didn't really have a giant preference on what I wanted to study. All 3 of them had programs for what I wanted and none of them was better than the other. For a while I thought, man, if I went to West Virginia that would have been an awesome volleyball career. I would have gotten to play on TV, but I probably would have had tens of thousands of dollars I had to pay back. Because I went to St. Francis, I had extra money to buy a car, to study abroad twice. Those are experiences I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't pick the best financial choice for myself. I'm not saying to not talk to a school right off the bat because their tuition is too expensive, because they may have scholarships and other financial aid opportunities that they can give you. This is more of when you're making your final choice. You should definitely look at the different costs of tuition and room and board and all that other stuff to see what's the best financial decision for yourself and your family. Okay, so now you have all this information, all the priorities. What do you want to study? Where do you want to be? What size of school do you want? The price of the school. Now how do you find the schools? Well, I recommend going to bigfuture.collegeboard.org. Link is down below. There you can put in all the filters of the stuff that you want, which include all of the priorities that I just mentioned. Not sponsored by College Board. You can also look at the FAFSA Student Aid Estimator. This will tell you how much more or less money the government may give you for student aid so you can make the best financial decision for yourself without filling out the whole FAFSA form. Link for that is down below as well. So really, at the end of the day, how to pick your college? Well, you gotta pick the college that best suits you. Go to a college because you wanna go there. I always thought I wanted to go to a giant big school and be on billboards and play on TV, but coming out of it, I'm so happy that I went to a smaller school. I have such special relationships with the faculty at my university. I made amazing friends, and I can't even imagine what my life would be like if I went to either of the other 2 schools I was considering. But also send emails to your dream volleyball schools, even if they don't make sense. I got to go on some awesome visits to my dream programs, to dream schools, which I didn't get to go to, but it's an awesome experience, and use the recruiting process to learn about what you like and what you don't like. Thanks again for joining. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos of what your college volleyball recruiting process should look like, or at least how I know it to be. I'll be posting a video every single week that'll give you guys tips for volleyball at home, more college recruiting tips, fitness tips, nutrition tips, just general stuff about Christianity, and I'm so excited for you guys to see all of it. Bye friends, thanks for joining.